Hello everyone, welcome to Superintendent's Corner. Today we have two outstanding seniors. They are this year's 2018 Lilly recipients. To my far right is Brittany Klotzsche, and next to me is Avery Auton. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks.
You guys excited?
Yeah.
Yes, all right. Well, let's first just say congratulations on receiving this award. And for the audience, tell us what the award really means. What are you going to get out of Lilly Scholarship? So, Brittany?
Logistically, it's a four-year undergrad degree. For me, it's going to be the first step toward my goal of being a doctor. So, I'm going to get that four-year undergrad degree in biotechnology.
And it's all paid for.
Yes.
And then you get some books as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything that you're going to have to pay for during this four-year journey? Gas money,
yeah,
pizza
gas,
money.
food, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Other than that.
And you're headed to IU?
Yes, IU.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
Great. So I'm heading to Franklin College, and there I'm going to double major in business and accounting. And then from there, I plan on going to law school to go into business law.
Okay, great. So you guys, a lot of, in Johnson County, we were able to receive 3 recipients this year. So 2 from our school is really exciting for us. Let's talk about the journey to get to be a Lilly person. Let's talk about the application process. So start with you, Avery, this time.
Oh, wow.
So talk about the application.
Okay, well, the application took forever, and if Brittany's anything like me, I probably waited too long to do it. And there was like 3 500-word essays, which took quite a long time, and I know they said they focus a lot on the essays, so I made sure I put a lot into the essay process.
Yes. Yeah. It's very heavy on like the community service. I know there was one section of it where you just listed all the different community service opportunities that you did, and then one of the essays was about community service. So it was very heavy on that, and it was a lot of remembering, like, how many hours you did this or how many years you did that, and sometimes like it all jumbles together, so you have to like take a step back and really be like, okay, take a break and then go back to it. So.
And I think that's one thing that a lot of kids don't realize, that you got to be a good student. Obviously, you both are outstanding students for us here at Franklin Community High School. But the community aspect, the community service aspect, and Lilly really wants that. They want you to give back. It's not all about you or the school. It's about the community kind of growing. And so when you decided to select a college, how did you guys pick IU and Franklin?
I picked IU mostly because of like my connections to IU Health. I have like a lot of heart problems and just different injuries that I've had, and so I have a lot of doctors at IU, like hospitals, but also because IU has a med school, and so I was interested in knowing that in undergrad I have those resources there at IU for me to use. So
That's it.
Okay, well, Franklin College has an awesome business program, and I knew I wanted to go into business, but not only that, they offered me like something I couldn't resist. I can travel abroad for free with a scholarship. That's what they're offering me. And also, I really wanted to go somewhere I could play golf, and I was most interested in their golf program.
Well, that'll be great. It'll be fun to kind of watch your guys' journey. During your time here at the high school, one of our guiding principles is individual student growth. Obviously, you're demonstrating by talking about your community service and academic walk. But also collaboration, and it takes more than just you to get to this point. Your families are behind you. But talk about the teacher characteristics. What helps you as a student here at the high school to achieve where you're headed?
for me, it was definitely teachers that believed in my ability to kind of come back. Freshman year, I got really sick with my heart condition, and I was out of school for 3 months. And so the teachers, working with me when I wasn't there, really letting me, catch up at my pace and do it by myself was really helpful. And then also my junior year when I came back from the Indian Academy, them letting me just kind of get back into it and catching up on my own time and really helping me, that helped me a lot get to where I am.
Well, the biggest teacher characteristic that helped me was really pushing me, because when I came to high school, I was so shy. I would barely even talk to anyone. So I had a teacher that really pushed me, and now if you don't know me, I'm president of Dance Marathon and Business Professionals of America, which I never would have had the guts to do if a teacher wouldn't have pushed me to become the person I am today.
And you can see that it does take a lot of different characteristics and people to kind of help you in your journey. Let's talk about the next phase of your life. You've talked a little bit about what you're going to major in and where you're headed, but what are your goals? Do you want to be a doctor? You'd like to be a lawyer? You guys want to stay in Indiana? Do you want to travel? Talk a little bit about that. What kind of lawyer, doctor? Do you want to be business? Do you want to be what kind of doctor?
So I want to be a pediatric cardiovascular surgeon.
All right.
That comes mostly from my history of like heart surgery and my heart condition. But right now the plan is my main goal is to be a doctor at Riley Children's Hospital,
Okay.
where I had my surgery. For med school after undergraduate degree, I'm thinking about IU, but also the Washington University in St. Louis. I've heard that medical school is fantastic. So those are my two options. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, for law school, I plan on either going to IUPUI or IU because they have the best law programs in Indiana. And then also, I want to stay in Franklin, but my goal is to work in somewhere like Indy in a bigger company.
Okay, well great. Well, it'll be fun to kind of watch your journey. What advice would you have for an incoming freshman? So they're sitting in 8th grade class right now, they're getting ready to come up here. They have 4 years to kind of prep up and get ready to be a Lilly Scholar. What advice would you offer them?
I would just say get involved. As a freshman, I was like, okay, I know, like I only want to do this, and kind of wanted to keep my circle small and, just do like what I was used to, but get involved in other things. Like dance marathon was an easy one for me, but also like this year I'm in the Mayor's Youth Council, and so that was something that I didn't think that I would ever do, as well as HMC. So just get involved in things, get out of your comfort zone, make friends, make connections, because it's not all about what you know, it's also who you know. So just making those connections and really getting out of your comfort zone is the best advice I could give.
Well, the advice I would give to the freshmen is definitely make sure you try out every club. Do not spread yourself too thin, but don't hold yourself back, because you never know what you're going to end up enjoying the most. Because I actually wanted to go into medical things before I joined BPA, and then I still never thought I wanted to do business, but it eventually changed my mind. So the things you do in high school and what you're involved in can sculpt what you're going to do in the future.
Yeah, those are outstanding words. And then also outside of school, did you guys do a lot of community service a way that wasn't associated with school? Did you volunteer at Riley? Did you do other things, or was it all just community service around Franklin school stuff?
So for me, a lot of my community service came from the animal shelter. That kind of has a connection to school too. When I was in 2nd grade, me and my sister was in 4th grade, we started a fundraiser for the animal shelter that we did in all the elementary schools, raising money. So we did that, and then after that fundraiser ended, I just continued to do a lot of community service there, helping out, playing with animals, getting supplies organized and stuff like that. So most of my community service was there.
Okay.
Well, most of my community service was with my church. At my church, I am a teacher, and I'm also a praise and worship leader. So every Sunday, I have about 30 to 50 kids in my classroom that I teach. So that was one of my biggest community service things.
And that really is an important part of the Lilly. You can come to school and you can be very busy, you can do all these clubs, you can be in every sport, and you can excel to the highest level, but if you don't reach out and go beyond, there are going to be a lot of kids that they're going to say thank you but no thank you to. It's pretty difficult to get here, to your journey, and obviously with a full 4-year scholarship that pays for tuition, room and board, and some books, it's definitely worth a little planning and giving up a few things later on. Well, any other words of wisdom for us before we sign off?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, thank you. Congratulations. It's really an honor to have you guys in our school and being the student leaders that you are. And we'll look forward to seeing great things come out of you and your career. So keep us in touch. All right. You've been watching Superintendent's Corner. We want to again congratulate Brittany and Avery on their outstanding accomplishments. If you'd like to know more about the Lilly Foundation, reach out to Johnson Community Foundation or contact Franklin Community High School. Thank you for watching.